Hey land lovers, I'm Mermaid Marcella, and today we're going to be talking about conservation, mainly the rhino adoption program from Helping Rhinos or also Zululand Rhino Orphanage. They're the same organization. The Zululand Rhino Orphanage is just their separate program to help the orphans, the rhino orphans. So we're going to be talking about all the different rhino adoption things that you can do. If you haven't seen, I created a website and you can easily find this on my website. It's marcellamakewaves.co.za, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to find this tab. If you go into my website, you just hop on to the service tab, which I'm already on right now, and then you just scroll down ever so slightly and you'll find this tab where I conveniently link buttons for you to these adoption programs. So today I want to talk about the rhino adoption. So we're going to click on this one, and that takes you straight to Helping Rhinos Adoption Center, where you can adopt the northern white rhinos. And if you didn't know, they were basically extinct. The last male of their species passed away in 2018. If you click on here, you can see that was the last male of their species, and by adopting in memory of him, you support the IVF program. So there were only these two females left, so you can adopt them as well, Fatu and Najin. And by adopting them, you support their help and also the IVF treatment. So far, they've managed to up the population to more than 30, I believe. So they're doing good work with that. So you can also adopt Tandi and her family. That's really cute. You can adopt her and all of her little children and grandchildren. It's actually the cutest thing ever. But she was a very sad rescue. You can also adopt an anti-poaching dog pack. These are essential for helping find the rhinos. You can also support the Black Mamba patrols, which is the patrol team that finds the injured rhinos and help with the anti-poaching. And then you have the Adopted A Rhino Orphanage. So if you click on Adopt Now, you'll see all of the little orphans. I'll read their stories to you guys. I adopted the only black rhino that I saw on here. So the black rhino population is about 6,000 existing of her species. The lip kind of looks like a little triceratops, the little beak. And they're just cute. What's cooler than adopting a rhino? They're basically just big chubby unicorns. They're so cute. So I adopted Beji, and I just felt really drawn to her. She's the only black rhino on here. Her mother passed away from a heart condition, which was really sad. And I also have a heart condition, so I don't know if that's also why I relate to her so much. Some of the main differences between the black rhinos and the white rhinos, you'll see the white rhinos have a flat mouth. So they are grazers. They eat grass, whereas the black rhinos have more of a beak-shaped mouth because they eat twigs and leaf off of trees. The black rhinos are also a lot smaller than the white rhinos, whereas the white rhinos can get up to 2.5 tons, whereas the black rhinos, they get about 1.5 ton about estimate. So you can read more about that on their website as well. They have a lot of news and about rhinos. You can go read up about the different species of rhinos and all of the differences between the rhinos as well. So please grab a box of tissues if you haven't already. I won't be reading all of their stories word for word, but I will be telling you a little bit about each of the orphans. So Beji's mom passed away during a dehorning, in the effort for anti-poaching, and they didn't know she had a heart condition. So unfortunately the medication caused her mom to pass away and left her orphaned. So that's my little Bej wedgie. Then we have Nagelo. She's a female. So she was found alone, and when they tried to find her, they tried to save her, and she got spooked and ran back to her mom's almost week-old body. And she was very weary when they got her to the sanctuary, so she had quite a traumatic start. Then we have Amoya, and she arrived at the Rhino Orphanage after being spotted from a helicopter running beside another little rhino orphan. She's very gentle and calm, and her name literally means angel in Zulu. Oh, by the way, Beji's name means black rhino in Zulu, but yeah, you can read more about all of them on here. Okay, then you can adopt Billy. He is a male white rhino, and he had also had quite a traumatic start. They actually had to airlift him from his location. So his name was inspired by the soothing effects of Bill Withers' song Lean on Me, which called him during his stressful time in the crate. So they actually played music to calm Billy down, which is so cute. Then you can also adopt Boboza or Boza. He's also a male white rhino. He was tragically found next to the lifeless body of his mother, which is just horrible. These poor little rhino orphans. You can also adopt Lazula. He's a male white rhino. His name means wanderer, and they chose this name because apparently he likes wandering around. Lazula is also almost completely blind, but they believe that with surgery they might be able to correct this. So if you are choosing to support Lazula, you can maybe help him with his treatment for his eye surgery. You can literally only see shadows and outlines of his carers, so that's quite sad. Hopefully he makes a full recovery. Then there is Griffin. He's also a white rhino. He was also found next to his mother's corpse, which was just horrible. And he was actually crying for attention and trying to fight off the staff, which is just so heartbreaking. He was named after a rhino-loving boy who tragically passed away, so that is quite sad. You can also adopt Samson, also a male white rhino. His name was chosen during a competition, and he is a very gentle giant according to his description. They received a call that said that a rhino carcass had been spotted and a calf was wandering around on their own, so they went and they rescued Samson. Then there is Gramillo, also a male white rhino, and he was rescued at 6 months old, which is really young, and apparently he is a bit more of a grumpy little guy. But his carers are very, patient with him. So, yeah, Gramillo, the little grumpy guy. So, if you vibe with him, you can go support his journey. You see, they say his name pronounces Gramillo. I wish they put a pronunciation next to my little rhino's name. Then there is Malayo. She is a female white rhino. She is probably one of the most tragic ones I've read here. So, they found her. Her mom has been injured and everything, and apparently she tried to fight off the attackers, and she ended up with severe injuries on her face and ears. And I think they possibly tried to dehorn her too. Her name means radiant. Unfortunately, they couldn't save her ears. She only has one ear, and rhinos really rely on their eyes and ears for survival. So it's most likely that she'd never be able to be rewilded like some of the other rhinos might because of her unfortunate situation, but her ear just wouldn't heal, so they had to unfortunately remove her ear. So this video is getting a bit long. I'll tune in for the part 2 to meet the rest of the cute little rhino orphans. Okay, welcome to part 2. So last we talked about Malayo, the little rhino who lost her ear. So now we're going to Kalula or Lula, a male white rhino. There's a lot of males on here. So yeah, Kalula or Lula boy, he came to the rescue, and unfortunately Lula was for an extended period in the ICU due to some difficulties. There was a crash. So it was also really tragic, and if you want to continue to support Kalula, you can adopt him there. Then there's Mene. It's a female white rhino, and her name means gentle in Zulu. And I'm really sorry if I butcher all the Zulu names. If someone speaks Zulu, please feel free to correct me on the pronunciations by like duetting these videos. So she was found after her mother was also unfortunately unalived by poachers. And this was a very dramatic chase. They really struggled to like chase her down so that they can rescue her. So you can support her further there. Then there is a Vakela, a male white rhino. Vakela means protector. So he was an estimate 7 months old when he was rescued, and he was also found next to his already poached mother, which is just horrible. So you can support his journey by adopting him. Then we have Bindi, a female white rhino. Bindi means brave in Zulu. She was founded at 6 months old after rangers spotted her poached mother. It took them 3 days to find her. So you can further support her journey by adopting her. Then we have Tweed. Now, I believe he is quite popular in like a lot of the videos. It's a male white rhino. So Tweed was born on a private game reserve in the heart of Zululand. So he was actually born on the premises of the adoption place. Okay, so his mom was also unfortunately unalived by poachers, but she wasn't instantly killed. She did like her best to survive, but in the end she unfortunately lost the fight, and then they rescued Tweed and took him to the orphanage. So a lot of these rhinos, they like live out like in the wild on a reserve, and you know, unfortunately poachers, they get in, and then that's why like helping rhinos have the little Zululand place, which is like a separate little secret location where they keep the orphans to like protect their species. Then you can also adopt Inkululeko. I probably butchered that. Everyone just calls him Leko. He's a male white rhino as well, and his name means freedom. He's also known as Little Guy, which is his nickname because he was one of the smallest rhino orphans that they've rescued. He was only 1 day old when they rescued him. He was found vulnerable, traumatized, and desperately in need of nourishment. He was still drinking from his deceased mother's udders, and that was also severely damaged and infected and not functioning. So it's just like horrible. So this poor little guy almost starved to like, oh, it's just like so sad. And you can adopt little Leko by, you know, you can support him by like adopting him. It's just like these, I'm sorry if I'm a little tongue-tied, I'm just like really like emotional, but like here is like all of the little rhino orphans. Again, I'll zoom a little bit out so you guys can see, but like I showed you guys, it's like really easy to find this on my website. And you know, if you go to my website, you just hop on over to like the service page, which is what I'm already on, and then you go over here and then you can click on these buttons. The top one is for the rhinos. I will next make a video talking about the turtle adoption program from Two Oceans. I'm not going to make a separate video to talk about National Zoological Gardens just yet. I did list off all of the animals you guys can like adopt from them. But, you know, if you guys want to see quickly, I will show you guys again. So this takes you directly to the adoption thing. And here is the list of some of the animals that you can adopt from National Zoological Gardens. They also have white rhinos that you can adopt. So that is that. So the next video I'm going to make talking about the turtle conservation from Two Oceans. If you guys want to give someone like a really unique special gift, give them a rhino adoption. It's like a little subscription thing, or you can pay it once off like as a yearly thing. They have different tiers of adoption based on what you can afford. Right now I am doing the lowest tier one, and I'm hoping that eventually I'll be able to like upgrade that and support the rhinos, support more of them, one, and support the one that I currently adopted a little bit more as well. So also another thing I want you guys to note is on my the same page on my website, the service page, you will, if you scroll down to like almost the bottom, you'll see the tab, this little section of my Mersla Make Waves Trash to Treasure, which is where I make all my little handmade goodies. I also made this crown I'm currently wearing, and I try to use a lot of recycled materials when I make my little crafts and my little goodies and trinkets, and a percentage of every sale I make goes towards conservation. But I also try, like, if you're supporting me through like my watching my videos, if you're supporting me through like my mermaid entertainment stuff, like hiring me for parties or events, or if you are supporting me with my divination services, if you're supporting me with my merfit swimming classes, whatever, a little bit of that money will definitely go towards conservation efforts. And when I have enough money, I want to adopt a turtle from Two Oceans as well, and I will talk to you guys a bit more in detail about that in a next video. So definitely go check out Helping Rhinos, Zululand Rhino Orphanage. I will link and tag them down below, and you can also go find them on my website. But yeah, it's tragic, guys. This is getting like out of hand. Like the amount of species of animals that just goes endangered and extinct every year because of pollution and global warming. It's just heartbreaking. Poaching. I mean, the rhinos are being poached. Their horns are made from like the same material than like your hair, your nails. But some people believes that it gives them the same effect that like Viagra does, which is the main reason why they poach rhinos. And I think that is just the most horrifying, horrible thing ever. And I really wish those people will just jump off the face of this planet out of existence completely. For reals. Like, this is just so heartbreaking. You can go read all of the stories of the rhinos in person on your own time in detail. It's sad. I cried, like, reading that in the middle of the night. Decided to impulsively adopt the rhino. Everyone woke up in the morning to messages like, my fiance woke up to message saying, "You're a dad." My parents like, "You're a grandma, you're a grandpa," with a picture attached, and then they go in and they're like, "Oh, it's a rhino. Thank goodness." And they didn't really think it was that funny, but, I mean, I'm a rhino mom now, okay? So I'm never gonna have children, and that's why I like working with children with my mermaid business, and why I just want to help animals and conservation so much. And if you want to leave a legacy for your kids, make a difference, be the change. No matter how big or how small, there's a difference that only you can make. And saving one animal won't change the world, but it will surely change the world for that animal. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!